Today, we will be recapping a romantic fantasy movie called Mannequin. In ancient Egypt, Emma Hazire, also known as Emmy, a young princess, is hiding from her mother in a pyramid disguised as a mummy. Emmy is against her arranged marriage, and prays to the gods to be united with her true love in the future. Strangely, Emmy suddenly vanishes before her mother's eyes. Fast forward to present-day Philadelphia. Jonathan Switcher is a young artist working in a mannequin warehouse. Jonathan takes his time perfecting one he is working on, which angers his boss, who claims he needs to be working on quantity rather than quality. After protesting, Jonathan is fired and attempts to find other jobs, but his artistic passion also gets him fired from everyone. One evening, after his motorcycle breaks down in the rain, he passes by some windows belonging to the Prince & Company department store, and is surprised to see his mannequin in the window. The next morning, Jonathan returns to the store and ends up saving the life of its owner, Claire Timken, from her own fallen shop sign. Claire becomes very grateful and offers to find Jonathan a position in the department store. Jonathan works with and befriends the flamboyant Hollywood Montrose, the store's chief window dresser. Jonathan eventually finds the mannequin he created, and is surprised when it comes to life with Emmy's spirit when he is alone. She explains she has existed for centuries as a muse, sometimes possessing the works of an artist she admires and inspires. Emmy then explains the gods allow her to come alive when she is alone with Jonathan, who is unsure in case he is dreaming or has gone insane. The next morning, Jonathan wakes up in a newly created window display advertising tennis equipment and sportswear, unsure if he dreamed all this or not. The window display begins to attract massive attention, bringing shoppers back to Prince & Company. Previously, the store has been losing shoppers to a newer and trendier department store called Illustra located across the street. Prince & Company's cunning manager, Daryl Richards, is secretly being paid by Illustra's owner, BJ Wirt, to convince Claire to sell her store to him. However, after the recent increase of customers because of Jonathan's window display, Claire feels that he could be the key to saving her store. Much to Richard's extreme disgust, the store's board members promote Jonathan to visual merchandising. Over the next several weeks, Jonathan and Emmy continue their secret romance and keep improving the creativity of the store's window displays. The window designs are bringing a tremendous number of customers and profits for the store. Jonathan soon receives a call from his former girlfriend, Roxy Shield, who works for Illustra. Jonathan meets her for lunch at a French restaurant, where Roxy says that Illustra wants him to be their chief window dresser. Jonathan explains to Roxy that he cannot do this, considering that he likes working at Prince & Company, as well as working with a very beautiful woman there. Jonathan's words enrage Roxy, causing her and another coworker to sneak into Prince & Company after hours to take pictures of Jonathan and his supposed girlfriend. However, they are shocked when they see what appears to be Jonathan getting intimate with a mannequin. Jonathan's window designs continue to be the talk of the town, and business continues to bloom at Prince & Company, leaving BJ seething. Claire has been very impressed with Jonathan's work and soon after promotes him to vice president of the department store. After she fires Richards and bumbling security guard Felix Maxwell for their accusations towards Jonathan. That evening, he chooses to celebrate by taking Emmy out for a ride on his motorcycle, even though it is strange to others. However, he is stopped by Roxy again, claiming he needs to seek help, and begs him again to come to work at Illustra. Jonathan denies again, claiming that he has people at Prince & Company who care about him and someone who makes him feel special. Richards and Felix, who are sitting in a green automobile before the store, plan to steal Emmy, but sees her and Jonathan speeding past on the motorcycle. Richards and Felix give chase, but get their automobile stuck in a narrow alleyway before Jonathan and Emmy save their necks. Later that evening, Jonathan and Emmy enjoy their time alone in the empty store, before Emmy leaves his side to take her place in one of the store windows. However, Richards and Felix have also come to steal Emmy, only they are not sure which mannequin is her. Desperate, they simply steal everyone from the store, unaware they are being watched. Jonathan wakes up the next morning alone and is informed of this plan by Hollywood. Jonathan immediately suspects Illustra is behind this, and he and Hollywood drive over there. Jonathan confronts Richards, Roxy and BJ, demanding to know where Emmy is. Roxy storms out with Jonathan giving chase, taking him to a storeroom where Roxy loads the stolen female mannequins onto a large trash compactor. Jonathan follows Roxy while being pursued by the store's security guards, including Felix, Richards, and BJ, who demand the police be called. With Hollywood holding back the pursuers with a fire hose, a janitor watches Jonathan jump onto the compactor's conveyor belt to save Emmy, slowly moving to her doom. Jonathan grabs her, and through a miracle, Emmy comes to life and grabs his arm as he pulls her out, and the janitor shuts down the compactor. Once safe, Emmy realizes she is very alive again and now free from her ancient curse. She thanks the gods for uniting her with her true love, and Jonathan vows to love her forever. While the janitor wonders if other mannequins will come to life, Hollywood arrives and suddenly realizes Emmy was alive the entire time. In the aftermath, the store guards, Felix, Richards, and BJ all barge into the storeroom, along with several police officers, who BJ orders to arrest Jonathan for trespassing. But Claire arrives to convince the officers that she has video footage of Richards and Felix sneaking into Prince and Company to steal Emmy, and the officers arrest Felix, Richards, and BJ, who fires Roxy as they are hauled away. Jonathan realizes the video footage may have shown him being romantic with a mannequin, but Claire coyly suggests he shouldn't worry about that. Sometime later, Jonathan and Emmy are married in the store window of Prince and Company, with Claire as maid of honor and Hollywood as best man, as well as numerous pedestrians watching them exchange vows. We hope you enjoyed this recap. Subscribe to our channel for the latest.